Hello students and friends. Today in this homeopathic materia medica lesson I will discuss about homeopathic medicine Magnesium Phosphoricum. Before start this video please subscribe to this channel. We need support from you to make this channel more beautiful. Magnesium Phosphoricum. The great antispasmodic remedy. Cramping of muscles with radiating pains. Neuralgic pains relieved by warmth. Especially suited to tired, languid, exhausted subjects. Indisposition for mental exertion. Goiter. Mind laments all the time about the pain. Inability to think clearly. Sleepless on account of indigestion. Head, vertigo on moving, falls forward on closing eyes, better walking in open air. Aches after mental labor, with chilliness, always better warm, still. Sensation as if contents were liquid, as if parts of brain were changing places, as of a cap on head. Eyes, supraorbital pains, worse, right side, relieved by warmth applied externally. Increased lacrimation. Twitching of lids. Nystagmus strabismus, ptosis. Eyes hot, tired, vision blurred, colored lights before eyes. Ears, severe neuralgic pain, worse behind right ear. Worse, by going into cold air, and washing face and neck with cold water. Mouth, toothache, better by heat and hot liquids. Ulceration of teeth, with swelling of glands of face, throat and neck and swelling of tongue. Complaints of teeth in children. Spasms without febrile symptoms. Throat, soreness and stiffness, especially right side, parts seem puffy, with chilliness, and aching all over. Stomach, hiccup, with retching day and night. Thirst for very cold drinks. Abdomen, enteralgia, relieved by pressure. Flatulent colic, forcing patient to bend double, relieved by rubbing. Warm, pressure, accompanied with belching of gas, which gives no relief. Bloated, full sensation in abdomen, must loosen clothing, walk about and constantly pass flatus. Constipation in rheumatic subjects due to flatulence and indigestion. Female, menstrual colic. Membranous dysmenorrhea. Menses too early, dark, stringy. Swelling of external parts. Ovarian neuralgia. Vaginismus. Respiratory, asthmatic oppression of chest. Dry, tickling cough. Spasmodic cough, with difficulty in lying down. Whooping cough, choral. Voice hoarse, larynx sore and raw. Intercostal neuralgia. Heart, angina pectoris. Nervous spasmodic palpitation. Constricting pains around heart. Fever, chilliness after dinner, in the evening. Chills run up and down the back, with shivering, followed by a suffocating sensation. Extremities, involuntary shaking of hands. Paralysis agitans. Cramps in calves. Sciatica, feet very tender. Darting pains. Twitchings. Chorea. Writers and players cramp. Tetanic spasms. Weakness in arms and hands, fingertips stiff and numb. General muscular weakness. Modalities, worse, right side, cold, touch, night. Better, warm, bending double, pressure, friction. Magnesia Phos. Is best known for its spasmodic conditions and neuralgias. The pains are very violent and may affect any nerve. A pain localizes itself in a nerve and becomes worse and worse, sometimes coming in paroxysms, but becoming so violent that the patient becomes frantic. The pains are ameliorated by heat and pressure. The patient feels better in a warm place, and his neuralgias are also better. He is miserable, and his pains are brought on when he becomes cold or is in a cold place. Pains are brought on from riding in the cold, and, in cold, damp weather. Exposure for a long time to cold winds causes neuralgia of the face. The pains are felt everywhere. Pain in the bowels, enteralgias, cramps in the stomach and bowels, with the same modalities. Pains in the spinal cord under the same rule, amelioration from heat. There are times when a nerve, in which there is considerable pain, becomes sensitive to pressure, becomes sore. The spinal cord becomes sore. Convulsions, with stiffness of the limbs. convulsions in adults or children, followed by extreme sensitiveness to touch, to wind, to noise, to excitement, to everything. Snell convulsions as children have during dentition. Colic, 3 months colic, cramps, bilious colic. But the special feature is its power to debilitate, to cause irritation of the nerves and muscles. Cramps from prolonged exertion. Stiffness, numbness, awkwardness and deadness of a nerve from prolonged exertion. Thus it applies to long use of the hands and fingers in writing, and gives a fair sample of writer's cramp. It is especially useful in the cramps that come in the fingers, from writing, playing instruments and piano practice. Pianists suddenly break down, with stiffness of the fingers, after several hours labor every day for years. The fingers give out. In playing the harp a cramp comes on and the fingers cannot perform their use. Other parts are affected in the same way from prolonged exertion. A laborer's hand will sometimes cramp and become almost useless. As soon as he undertakes to do that particular thing his hand cramps and he clutches the implement or loses hold. The carpenter after prolonged use of a tool has a cramp. This is a strong feature of the remedy in all sorts of overexertion. Violent cramps in dysentery and cholera morbus, that make him scream out. Twitching of the muscles all over the body, as in cholera. It was Schussler's main remedy for chorea, but we can only use it by its proving. Schussler prescribed it in all nervous conditions, but its proving justifies its use in neuralgia ameliorated by heat and pressure, cramps and twitchings. Shooting pains along the nerves, but these are not so common as violent pains in paroxysms, a tearing pain as if the nerve were inflamed and put on a stretch. Shaking as in paralysis, agitans and complaints resembling it. Amelioration from heat and pressure, and aggravation from cold bathing, cold winds, cold weather, lack of clothing. Pains all over, but more likely pain located in one part. The mental symptoms have not been brought out to any extent. It has been used clinically when diarrheas have ceased suddenly and brain troubles have come on. Congestion of the brain, but this is clinical. Neuralgia and rheumatic headaches ameliorated by heat. Excruciating pains. Violent attacks of headache ameliorated by hard pressure, heat and in the lark. I have seen this mitigation of the symptoms in chronic congestive headache, when the face was red and there was throbbing, almost like bell. Those headaches give way to magnesiophos, when there is relief by heat and pressure. He wants the head bandaged with a tight-fitting cloth, a warm room, and he is aggravated by cold. Spasms and jerking about the eyes, or prolonged tonic spasms producing a strabismus. Violent supra- and infraorbital pains with amelioration from heat and pressure. It has cured more face aches than other pains. Neuralgia of the face, worse on the right side, and ameliorated by heat and pressure, and aggravated by cold. Ticked locks. Chronic jerkings of the face. It favors rheumatic and gouty subjects who suffer with neuralgia. It is a wonderful remedy for spasmodic hiccuping. I have sometimes given magnesiaphos for hiccuping when I could not get any other symptoms to prescribe on. Pain at the pit of the stomach. Spasms of the stomach with clean tongue. Colic ameliorated by doubling up, like colic, and ameliorated by heat. The colic is not so markedly relieved by heat in colic, but is relieved by pressure. Distension of the abdomen and flatulence, with much pain. Radiating pains in the abdomen. Compelled to walk and groan from pain. Meteorism. It is said to cure cows of this condition. Colchicum will cure cows when they are distended with gas after being turned into clover patches. Cutting, darting pains and hemorrhoids. If well proved, we would probably have many liver symptoms, because both magns and phos have liver symptoms. Violent pains in acute rheumatism, ameliorated by heat. Neuralgic pains in the limbs. Rest relieves many complaints, and the least motion brings them on. Pains changing place. Thanks for watching this video. For more updates, please subscribe this channel and press the bell icon to learn homeopathy course online. Thank you. Have a nice day.